Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. It's the results of our Bluetti competition. In this video, you're going to find out who has won a Bluetti EB3A solar power station. First off, I just want to say a big thank you to everybody who entered. There were hundreds of you and you wrote the nicest, sweetest things. It's amazing what people say when they want to win something, isn't it?
True.
But actually we were touched, weren't we, Mr. Bill? We were genuinely touched because so many of you said so many nice things. Because people don't always say nice things in the comments, do they, Mr. Boo?
No.
I mean, one week somebody decided to say that when we went shopping to Italy, the comment was that it's a shame I didn't buy myself a new tooth because my crown's falling off. And somebody said, your YouTube channel is really inspiring because it shows that you can be really successful and not actually have any talent. And then there was that one that said something about when you spoke in one episode, oh, F-boy speaks. That was a good one. That was a good week. But thankfully, when we asked you to try and win a Bluetti EB3A, nobody said anything awful.
No, funny that.
But people did say some quite amusing things. So what did they say, Mr. Boo?
So Andrew Brown said, I love me and Mon Ami because it reminds me of a classier 21st century Starsky and Hutch.
Oh, I love Starsky and Hutch. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I was absolutely in love with both of them, really, and the car. I've still got the car on my shelf. Have you seen the Torino, the Red Ford Torino?
That's true.
And Dave Time TV wrote us a poem. He said, I love me and Mon Ami because you post in time for tea. You drive around in rain and sun and make it look, oh, so much fun. Climbing hills and views to die for. Carry on, lads, keep giving us more. I wrote this rhyme to win the Bluetti. And by the way, tonight's tea's spaghetti.
And one message from Bertie from London says, I'm 10 years old. I love me and Mon Ami because it's really fun to watch. And I know Mr. Boo is kept hostage, which should be alarming, but it's just so fun to watch and always makes me laugh. If I win, if there's a blackout, I will charge my iPad to watch you. Screw the fridge, it's not my problem. Thanks, bye.
Is that your best 10-year-old voice? Christ. Should have gone into acting, Mr. Boo. Blue Remembered Hills, you'd have been good in that. Adults Play Children.
Okay.
With funny voices in shorts.
Well, I like a short.
And I particularly like this poem by Steve McCormack. I love me and Mon Ami because at risk of sounding like Jim Reeves, I'm trying to rid provincial peeves. I turn to France and to the tube. That's not to say I am a noob. When sunny morning in Cafe Depression beat and kept at bay, I thought of Rays and making hay and understood there was a way to extract power from our play if won a blue EB3A. So come, fair box, take heed my plea to where I live down by the Lee and bring the sun, 'tis what was meant to dispel this winter of discontent, for common folk without disparage to a home that once was a garage.
So poetic.
So poetic. Sounded like Tony Harrison. Do you remember Tony Harrison who wrote V? I once met him. I was asked to chaperone him at the Birmingham Repertory Theatre, and I was very nervous because he was a very famous poet. And I introduced myself to him and I said, there's tea and biscuits in your room, Mr. Harrison. And he said, aye, biscuits. I don't eat biscuits. Never forgotten it.
Oh, what's the story?
Great poem, V. Great poem. One of the great poems. V. So anyway, there was a selection of the wonderful comments that I say there were lots of very nice comments people made, but we couldn't read those out because it would look egotistical.
Yes.
It would look like we were just sat here praising ourselves.
Imagine.
Imagine. But let's get to the result. Well, firstly, you want to know how many times Mr. Boo was said in that video. And I have to confess, having set that question, I was cursing myself all day today because I literally do not have the concentration to keep listening to get it right. And Mr. Boo had to actually do it and I had to write them down. And we did double check it. And it is, drum roll, wait for it. The result is 13. 13 times. So if you got 13, you're into the second stage of the competition. You're still in with a chance. I'm afraid if you put 12 or 14 or 11 or 5, you're out. You're not going to win a solar power station. So the second stage, well, we thought long and hard, didn't we? You know, for a couple of minutes, about how to decide who'd won. And we were going to go through all these comments and think, you know, decide that was the best one, that was the wittiest one, whatever. And we couldn't, could we?
We couldn't choose.
It was like the Nobel Prize for Literature committee, wasn't it, in our house this morning? We were arguing, I think this, he thinks that, we couldn't. So in the end, what we've decided to do, with the help of me and Mon Ami mug. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like it? Nice retro blue inside. What do you think? Let us know in the comments if you'd like one of these, or if you think it's missing a car. Do you think it needs a car on? Do you think it needs Elton on, or our pictures, or Halloween? Might get a bit busy. Don't know. Anyway, with the help of this mug, we've put all the winning entrants in here. All the ones who got 13. So Mr. Boo, like Anthea Redfern.
Or Rosemary Ford.
Or Rosemary Ford.
My era.
Yes, indeed. Or
Debbie McGee.
Or Rose West.
Your era.
I think more Rose West than Rosemary Ford. Having far too much fun. Anyway, Mr. Boo is going to stick his finger in the Me and Mon Ami mug and choose a winner. So stick your fingers in, Mr. Boo, in full view of the camera. We want it to be like the World Cup football. We don't want it to be, there's a fly on your nose. It's terrible for flies up here. We're right next to Elton John's villa and there's flies everywhere. He wants to get some spray, does Elton David. It says, don't go in because there's a bad dog. Well, there's some bad flies. Anyway, carry on. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Boo is selecting the winner of the Bluetti EB3 solar power station, and the winner is
66 Hales.
66 Hales. So if you are 66 Hales, and if you're not, don't fib. If you are 66 Hales, send us a direct message on YouTube. You can do that, can't you? You can,
Yeah, or on Instagram.
Or on Instagram, if you're part of our Instagram. 66 Hales, whoever you are, and send us your address, and we will dispatch the Bluetti EB3A to you. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this competition. Well, I guess one person has, the rest of you just furious. Halloween's come to say goodbye, and have a sip out of the Me and Mon Ami custom mug. Have a great week, everyone. See you on Sunday, and remember, stay charged.